Well, if I'm on the bridge of the Enterprise, then it must be time for another Star Trek video. Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, still the one, still the only, still the original, still your favorite YouTube consumer, advocate, Harpy. What are we talking about today? What are we harping on? Could it be the inevitable failure of the new Star Trek series, cancellation, rumors? Oh yeah, all of those things. We have all of those things in store today, and they are just absolutely precious. Here we go. First off, remember the Lower Decks trailer? I wanted to do a quick little recap on that one because, much to the surprise of nobody, it got so ratioed that the comments and likes and dislikes were disabled. After it was completely slammed and ratioed, I believe they got up to about 3,200. Correct me if I'm wrong. I made a video on this. I'll link it. Boom, right there. It got horribly ratioed, so much so that by the time the second trailer came out, the first look, the one that they released for Comic-Con, you think that they would have, I don't know, disabled the likes and dislikes. They have not yet at the time of recording this video on Saturday afternoon, August 1st. We will check in with that, but we do need to talk a little bit about all of these leaks and rumors and possible cancellations of our favorite shows. Now, keep in mind, take this with an extreme grain of salt. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, but Mecha, they've been proven wrong before, and they're sent out there just to discredit YouTube channels. And that's why I tell you guys, always take these with a grain of salt. We cannot stress this enough that we can't prove any of this stuff. I didn't just tell you what I find on the internet. That's what I do. I react to the funny stuff in a funny way. Hopefully I'm funny. If you guys do like it,
please like the video if you liked it. If you didn't like it, keep your comments to yourself.
You know what she said. Here we go. This is why I think some of the rumors might be a little bit true, that nobody even cares about this stuff anymore. They didn't even bother to disable the likes and dislikes and comments from their newest video, from their newest trailer. This is the one that dropped with Comic-Con last week. I talked a little bit about this. We did react to this. Ensign Lower Decks here, whatever we're calling her, Ensign Stunning and Brave, I suppose. 2,800 dislikes, 2,000 up. Yeah, less than 5,000 people who even bothered to interact with this at all, out of 100,000. This is because they ran this as an advertisement in front of a lot of you. This is probably going to be an advertisement in front of this video, for all we know. And the fact that they just didn't actually care, and this is just getting so slammed. Nobody likes this. People are more shocked that the comments and ratings are turned on. This trailer is somehow even worse than the first one. Remember, won't eat his gazpacho soup says. We are all Devo. Yes, we are. And the massive disrespect by the showrunners towards Trek continues. It's glaringly obvious that they have no idea what Star Trek is actually about, and they have never even seen an episode of it. They call us toxic when we complain about how they have destroyed what it is to many of us, something sacred. Then they attack us, calling us ists and other vile names. All we want is respectful, thoughtful stories that follow canon and show us a bright future Gene Roddenberry tried to show us. Instead, Kurtzman and company are obsessed with dark, dystopian, violent stories full of foul language which don't even follow their own internal canon. Boiled down to its essence, what was once a family show is now something you can't let anyone under the age of 16 watch. Now, this is what you're here for. We're going to get into the meat of this, and take it with an absolute grain of salt with this one. These are 4chan leaks. Here we go. This also comes from the same source who is absolutely 100% accurate. On the Picard episode where we saw Riker making the bunny sausage pizza. 100% grain of salt though. Strange New Worlds has been canceled internally at CBS due to lack of interest from licensees and investor funding. Those 10 broken stories that were mentioned at Star Trek San Diego Comic-Con panel were literally just titles and log lines. Licensees have been throwing their weight around and more with CBS. They want Star Trek set in the old canon universe so they can sell products in the massive volumes they used to. Nobody is buying anything made under the Bad Robot 25% different license. STD, Picard, etc. Fans aren't stupid. Okay, now I do have to elaborate on the 25% different thing. Now here we go. When they were designing ships, this is how we have the number 25% different. When they were designing ships, they had to change it 25% from the original designs just so that they could sell it under this new merchandise, so that the new people coming in, running these shows, taking credit, the new people taking ownership of these shows could sell it under this new license, because the merchandise and the show, from my understanding, were completely different. Midnight's Edge has done countless videos on this. The 25% difference was just so that they would be different enough to sell a new version of under this new production company, under this new production team, aka all the secret hideout people who came from Bad Robot. Now, Bad Robot isn't officially responsible for this, but a lot of the people who came from Bad Robot are, like your Alex Kurtzmans, those sort of people. So here we go. We see from, now this is from a Birmingham Star Trek convention. I believe it's a Creation one, Destination Star Trek Birmingham, a couple years back. So you can see this video. This was from the Irish Trekker video where they actually showed this screenshot here. This is just some production notes going over the redesign of the ship. Hi, Scott. Sorry, this was a part of the 25% difference between the ships. And they're talking about the chevron insignias here on the difference in the nacelles. And this was from the redesign of the original Constitution class Enterprise from TOS that they redesigned for Discovery. Now that's what this is referring to, and that's what they always talk about when we hear the 25% difference that we have no proof of whatsoever, of course, except for, you know, the screenshots that were actually on the panels in front of everybody from the production team. Back to the Reddit leaks. Nobody is buying anything made under the Bad Robot 25% different license, and fans aren't stupid. No kidding, they like to treat us like we'll just buy anything with a Star Trek logo on the side. And that's not a problem if you do, if you are that type of fan. There's nothing wrong with that. But a lot of us are not. And we don't want to just buy anything. We have to have a certain hopefulness in our Star Trek. The 23 weeks of Star Trek and release date for STD Season 3 announced by CBS came as a surprise to the post-production team. They're nowhere close to finishing the last half of the season due to the constant changes from the producers, trying to transform this mess of a plotline into a coherent way to end the series. Yes, it's the end of the series. According to this. Oh, now we're on to Lower Decks and some of the Lower Decks stuff. Now, I've shown you the numbers on that. You have such low engagement. It's all about the numbers here. And even according to the source, out of 118,000 people who cared to watch this, and like we've gone over in the beginning of this video, here we go. And according to the source that we got this information from, out of 118,000 people who cared to watch it, and a lot of them just got that as an advertisement in front of my video, a Nerdrotic video, a Doomcock video, a Midnight's Edge video, only 4,929 of them cared enough to even give it a like or dislike. 1.7% of the people who watched it gave it a like. That says a lot, that even the people who this show is for cannot be bothered to get on their butts and go and like this thing. They cannot be bothered. No, because who is this show for? Even the people who this show is designed for couldn't be bothered. You know, the people who can be bought off and bribed with some bottom shelf whiskey, a bag of Haribos, some stickers, and a lemon. And this is what they gave. And I'm not gonna lie, those cups look kind of cool. But a bag of popcorn, really, all these people who like this, all these people who want this, right? You would think that even the media, even the journalists, would do a little bit more to push this thing. And I'm not seeing anybody even talk about it. The most I'm seeing is when TrekCore tweets out about the swag they got. That's all I'm seeing. And to touch back on that Pike series, even if we do get the Pike series, they keep saying and swearing, oh no, we're going to explore. It's going to be more, it's going to be so hopeful. It's going to be so much better. It's going to be better this time. We know it's going to be more of the same. We have a promo for it.
Coming to CBS All Access. From the makers of Star Trek Discovery, Star Trek Picard,
sheer fucking hubris,
and Short Treks. Comes a new series that's more of the same old, same old. Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Coming to CBS All Access, if it still exists.
And according to this, Picard is on hiatus at CBS. Sir Patrick does not like the idea of being dead in the show and now a golem. This is one aspect of the series he did not sign off on. The writers are scrambling to reconfigure this season into something with coherency, which is not something the show has a lot of. Short treks have been canceled thanks to the extremely poor fan response from all of you.
Matters vegetable, animal, and mineral. You are the very model of a modern major general.
Nobody likes short treks. Gee, I wonder why. I would certainly not be upset if they got rid of this modern day Star Trek and went to their rooms and thought about how to make good, decent Star Trek. You know, just go away until they get it right. Go away until they can come out with a genuine, sincere apology to all the Trek fans that they've called every name under the sun because we said we didn't like their garbage stereotypes and their bad, poor excuses. Do I think any of this stuff is true? Possibly. I think some of it might be possibly true, considering the low reception of the lower decks. They don't even bother to disable the likes and dislikes for the second trailer. That one's getting massively ratioed. Nobody cares about that. CBS All Access is going through some restructuring, some rebranding, and it's not like a lot of their shows and their mainstream ones are even getting that great of reception. Why are all these science fiction shows so awful? This one comes from Yahoo, and you've got Star Trek Picard sitting right there. CBS All Access is rebranding themselves here, and you're really going with Mikey Spock and Captain Pike here, fake Captain Pike, on your Hollywood Reporter article. Well, this is just saying that they're adding a lot of old episodes to everything, which, you know, it's great. Maybe they're just gonna be the Nickelodeon channel. Maybe that's why they're so focused on bringing in these kids shows for Star Trek, even though kids always liked Star Trek. I started watching it when I was a kid in the 80s, and they were out there grabbing whales to save the future. I will not be sad if these new Star Trek shows go. At the same time, I'm not going to be surprised if they stick around and we get just season after season after season. Because, like I said, a lot of the time they put these rumors out there just to discredit the YouTubers. So, this is the information I have. I am MechaRandom42, and I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye.